Your intention has to be pure, and I think that's by Oprah. And the intention is pure.
Yeah.
It's to help people. It's to protect their biggest investment and help them make the biggest return on their investments.
Hey everyone, Craig Veroni with Real Broker here, and in this video series I get to sit down with some of the top agents in the city and talk to them about how they're crushing 2023 and their business. Today I'm with the fabulous Tina Heidari of Engel & Volkers here in Yaletown. Now, if you don't know Tina, the list of accolades that this woman has is a mile long, so I'm just going to hit some of the highlights for you. She speaks both English and Farsi. She used to be the brand manager for 6 different real estate teams before she actually got into real estate herself. She comes from a real estate family, so real estate is kind of in her blood, in her DNA, and she is just a fabulous agent here in town, all over social media. And it is a pleasure to sit down with you.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me.
Do you remember what your first year in real estate was like?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What was it like?
Well, truth be told, I thought I really had myself prepared for my first year in real estate.
Yeah.
Coming from the marketing side of things, I had seen agents come in and out, and I'd been there, seen it all. So I had thought that I had psychologically really prepared myself for the long road ahead, the tough road, but it still managed to surprise me. There were a lot of long nights, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of times where you question if this is the right path. But at the end of the day, it was just a matter of just sticking with it, having a big picture mentality in mind, and just continuing along. The first year, I think, the first calendar year, I only closed 1 deal. So this is, my story. It's not a journey of, I came into real estate, I closed 40 deals in my first year. Nope, that was not the case. I think first year in total, maybe 6-7 deals, something like that.
So 4 years in the business, tell me what you think you do really well in your business right now.
I think it's being systemized. We're very well organized, efficient with our systems. Everything is laid out perfectly. There's no surprises. In real estate, as you know very well, it's very easy to get pulled in different directions and lose sight of what's important and potentially allow things to fall through the cracks. So being absolutely organized, having everything systemized from A to Z really keeps you on track, and that definitely makes a night and day difference for me.
Absolutely. I love someone who is passionate about systems because they're very, very important. How do you get most of your clients?
I feel like that's been a progression as my career has been advancing. First year in real estate, like I mentioned, I did not have a network or anything like that to go off of. So most of my clients came from open houses. That's pretty much actually how I started. I got my very first client through an open house, and then continued on from there. So right now I think it's a balance between referrals. I still continue to do open houses. That's still a very common way that I get clients, but it started to roll into more of a referral base at this point. I haven't gone as far as spending like heavily in marketing dollars per se. I know a lot of realtors do bus ads and whatnot, but I very heavy on SEO, organic sort of traffic. So that's, digital marketing is my background, so that's kind of where I focus most of my money and concentration on.
Excellent. How do you utilize social media in your business?
Yeah, very good question. I mean, social media, as we all know, it's everywhere now, and you have to be in front of clients. I think for myself and my business, I am very much focused on social media in a means of staying relevant and in front of people's eyes. A reminder to my network and database that I am here. I am on top with all the market changes. I am on top of all the curves and all the changes that are coming their way, so that they can be well educated.
As someone who is big into systems, I would love to know if you have a routine.
I do.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Share that with us.
My morning routine is very big for me. Wake up, I like to meditate. So I have a little app, I just follow a guided meditation. Journaling. So really just gratitude focused.
Nice.
I just like to start my day that way.
Yeah.
And then a workout. So I try to, so right now myself and my team, we kind of have an accountability thing going on.
Awesome.
And it's 10 pages a day of a book that we're reading, like a business-based book. So right now I'm doing that in the evening.
Right.
So I journal, I meditate, and I work out in the morning, and then I read in the evening.
I love it.
And it keeps me in alignment.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What would you say is the most powerful habit that you have and incorporated into your business?
Ooh, I would have to say consistency.
Nice.
You know, it's with anything, motivation comes and goes.
Absolutely.
And with a business like ours, especially in real estate, you have to stay consistent.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, whether that's with, you know, lead generation, it's with open houses, it's if you're doing door knock, mailers, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to have a big picture mentality. That I keep coming back to this because that's really the one thing that's gotten me through the tough times.
Yeah.
You know, just staying consistent. I remember when I first got licensed, I told myself, I'm gonna be committed to doing X, Y, Z, and I wrote it all down. Like I made a whole business plan for myself, and I said, this is gonna be what I'm gonna do for the next 3 years, put my head down, work hard, expect nothing, and if in 3 years it's not working out for me, I'll regroup.
Okay.
But until then, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to do these things for 3 years, and hopefully the results will follow. And you know, so far so good.
That's amazing.
We're still here.
Do you have any predictions of what you think is going to happen through this year?
Yeah, I mean, when talking about the market, it's always interesting because there's, you know, the way I see it, there are sub-markets within markets,
absolutely.
right? And right now, the feeling I sort of have with what I'm experiencing in the market is there's a bit of a tug of war happening, right? Sellers are still kind of not ready to admit the shift in the market that they've seen. They're still kind of where a few months ago, a year ago, prices were at, whereas buyers are, you know, having different expectations. I believe this is going to continue for, you know, the next few months. I think it's going to continue being relatively similar until around spring, but I do think it's going to be a little bit, you know, opposite to what it was last year, where we're starting off slower and it's going to start to pick up. You know, there's no crystal ball, but I have a feeling that the way things are going, I mean, already I'm kind of feeling a little bit of a pickup in the market.
Yeah. What would be your focus for 2023?
Ooh, for 2023, I think actually this right here is one of them.
Yeah.
Doing more marketing in terms of content and video. Video was always something I really wanted to do, but you know, never really got around to doing.
Well, you are
scary, now. But here we are, we're doing it. So yeah, so definitely want to get in front of the camera more, and you know, I'm really big on the investment side of real estate.
Yes.
So that's really important to me, and I'm really passionate about that. So sharing more content and information from that perspective is something I'm really keen on doing this year.
Awesome. Who would you say is someone in the business that you really admire and respect? Other than your parents, of course, because I'm sure you really admire and respect them, but who's someone that you look up to or admire?
You know, this is a tough question because there's so many people in this industry that I look up to and admire. I think there's so much inspiration around us, so many humble, hardworking, successful agents. You know, the one that's really close to me is obviously my business partner, Leo. He took me under his wing. He's been doing this for over 17 years, so he's been my mentor. He's obviously, you know, extremely successful, but beyond that, he's just a really good human being. He does it from the right place in his heart.
Yes.
And that's why it was, you know, us linking up was so organic and natural for us to work together, just because we really aligned on so many levels. Business, morals, ethics, just everything. So, you know, having the knowledge and being good in the industry in terms of obviously your production is one thing, but having, you know, there's a quote, and I can't get it quite right, but it says your intention has to be pure, and I think that's by Oprah. And you know, the intention is pure. It's to help people. It's to, you know, protect their biggest investment and help them make the biggest return on their investment. So Leo's definitely one of them. Our managing broker here at England Brokers, Andrew, is for the exact same reasons as well. So just,
awesome.
But so many. I can think of so many.
Tina, it was such a pleasure sitting down with you today. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me.
I loved it.
It was awesome.
Thank you for sharing with the audience.
So happy to be here.